breach is closed, then it shuts off the tidal prism here, and it's much more likely that this will coalesce into one kind of continuous shoal and kind of make a more consistent attachment process. So I expect to see a lot of accretion occurring in this area over the next 12 months. The whole process is probably going to take at least 2 years for that shoal to completely attach, and it may actually form a little lagoon or pond like we saw in that 1949 image. But those things are great bird habitat, they love them, but it's a temporary ephemeral feature of the beach. Right now, our most vulnerable spots on this dike are right here at the connection of the original ocean dune and the repair kind of arm here to the kind of seaward of this inside dike. Again, this is that low area. The water can get back into this spot and it's kind of eroded the seaward side of that dune. So if a project is done, then certainly we could look at building that up just a little bit. The fortunate thing is it doesn't take much rain at all to accomplish those types of repair. As we're getting into kind of recommendations of what we think as engineers makes sense, it's a difficult thing because there's a lot of options depending on what the goals of the community are. Again, if we're really looking at flooding as our main concern, then I do think looking at that northern dike is your best long-term solution for controlling the flood. Certainly building up the roads is another part of that. Just because there's no guarantees with this Lake Temecula system. We're not putting up a seawall to guarantee that the water never gets back in there again. So if we close this dike, even if we're in an accretional phase, which I feel like we are, you might have better, I feel better about it now than 2 or 3 years ago when we were in this constant erosional phase. That it lasts and offshore water protection. But with any single storm event, we can't guarantee that it's not going to breach again in some spot. So we want to maintain that low, or the kind of the target vulnerable spot that keeps a breach occurring where we want it to occur, rather than opening back up down through this area and impacting properties. Lori mentioned we're looking at habitat monitoring. We have 1 more year to do that, but we're working on revising it a little bit. The breaches have kind of complicated how habitats have changed because they'll go from a tidal system to a non-tidal system, and that starts to change the habitat, and once the breaches open back up, it reverts it. So we're kind of revising the analysis to make sure we're giving results that are appropriate and make sense and not making it look like things are changing when they're really not. But that full report will be out next year when we have our last year survey